Welcome to Habitly Courses, a production of Manage to Win. Each course is divided into multiple lessons for easy viewing. All are now completely free, so you can watch them on your own or work through them as a team. Please subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, and share your favorite lessons with others. Try to find something that helps you be your best.
Hello, this is David Russell. I am back with Catching Concerns. This is lesson 2. I want to introduce you to how I'm defining concerns. So if you've got concerns instead of feeling good, what is that? And what we're going to be focusing primarily on are the more subtle expressions of concern that replace good feelings. This is skepticism, anxiety, suspicion, uneasiness, worry. These are commonly referred to by people who study this stuff as, quote unquote, filtered concern responses, because when your concern goes full bore, it becomes fear. Fear is easier to recognize. So people who are concerned make statements that are not fully true as a survival skill. And what they're trying to do is protect themselves, avoid confrontation, withhold information, and not put themselves in an embarrassing situation. So the survival skill then becomes a habit. And what I'm encouraging you to do is to become what I'm calling a perception expert, to discern whether clients or peers or others are, number one, not telling the entire truth, number two, being deceitful, or number three, they're simply experiencing some type of stress from the conversation. Because if that's happening, you're going down the wrong path. You've got to recognize it, you've got to stop, and you've got to re-engage with the person to overcome whatever hurdle they're experiencing. Perception expert intelligence is what I say, adapting conversations from primarily being discussions or presentations to investigations that confirm engagement or satisfaction through each stage of the interaction. So this takes some new habits. It takes intentionality. It takes focus, and lo and behold, it takes some training. Then you got to really learn and apply this stuff. So the intelligence investigations I'm talking about is you're going to establish a baseline of behavior for other people. And before, the way you can do that, and this is a simplistic way to do it, is before you're going to talk with them, what's been their style in past conversations? Behavioral style, communication style, what's been their style? What can you expect? Do they like to receive information in short, summary form? Okay? Do they make quick decisions? What are the aspects of how they decide and how they interact? Then during the call, I'm going to watch for what we call clusters. That's where multiple things that are happening confirm there is a concern, or there's buy-in they agree with, or there's a concern and they're going negative on me. And then after the call, I'm going to think about what happened. I'm going to compare to the baseline, particularly in areas where I thought there was a cluster, I addressed it, and then wherever that went, how did that go? And so I'm going to adapt maybe what their baseline is over time as I get to know them. So discerning concerns, it's pretty easy to catch intentional hints of concern when they want you to know that there's a problem. It's a little more difficult to detect the subtle nuances of concern that often lead to some type of lie or withholding of information. Catching one means you might have missed others, but you don't have to be conspiracy theory. Oh, I see right there, there's a concern. There must have been others that I missed. Not necessarily. We're going to look for patterns. We're going to look for clusters. So you got to keep in mind, not every indication is a concern. So they may behave a certain way that appears to be a concern. Based on studies, it would indicate a concern. That might just be a habit they have. That might be something they did just one-off. It's not not really that important. We're looking for changes, and we're looking for patterns or clusters of behavior that are two or more things. And does one reinforce the other? So is there things happening verbally? Are there things in their body language? And what about their facial expressions, particularly microfacial expressions? You look for clusters with these. So I'm giving you just an introduction. Now we're going to start diving into the really interesting stuff in lesson 3. So I suggest you go through this text, study it, talk about it, bring out some real things to discuss. Consider these 5 questions at the end here. This is the conclusion to lesson 2. I wish you the best on the exam. That's all for now.